At this time of year, I feel rich. I pick green beans and peas from the garden, dig up potatoes and beets. Now I can harvest the reward for all the work of spring and summer. Sometimes I go to the garden just to sit in my chair and admire the beauty around me. The low sun filters through the leaves of the trees. The wind rustles the foliage, and the last birds of summer are singing. I feel happy to live in such an environment. All this beauty would be wasted if I were always in a hurry. The harvest is the end of summer and feels almost ceremonial. Homegrown vegetables taste better than anything you can buy at the store. Soon the garden will be cleaned up for autumn, and the long winter will begin. I enjoy the last warm days of the summer. It feels good to do something with my hands and see the results of my work.
It's one of the most beautiful August mornings right now. I'm going to do a bit of gardening, some harvesting in my vegetable garden, maybe a bit of weeding, and then I will make myself a lunch with the vegetables that I find here. If that sounds like something cozy and interesting to you, make yourself comfortable and let's dive right in. Look at this. Pretty nice, isn't it? Potatoes are definitely one of my favorite things here in the vegetable garden. When you eat them fresh like this, straight from the ground, they don't need anything but boiling and a bit of salt. Maybe a little bit of butter. And I love digging them out from the ground. It's like looking for a treasure. And my kids love it too. This year there's a slight problem with some of my potatoes. They are dark like this, but it hasn't affected all the potatoes. Some are perfectly fine. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of a disease or a pest. I don't know. I find that there's always something with the potatoes. They're basically kind of easy to grow, but then they do get these imperfections. When I was a child, my parents would go on and on about how important it is to have a plot where to grow their own potatoes. Of course, we lived on a farm, so it was their way of living. And now I'm doing the same thing. I'm noticing. I'm starting to appreciate homegrown potatoes. But they really are so good. If you have never tried potatoes that are so fresh, straight from the ground, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you do, then you do. I'm proud to show you my beetroots and carrots. I'm actually harvesting the first beetroots of this year today. And we also have some parsnips, but they won't be ready for a while. They need more time. I can't wait to roast it in the oven and eat it. So beautiful. And the carrots are pretty nice too. The smell is just incredible. When I was a child, I used to just pull them out of the soil and eat them. Of course, I would wipe them clean, but I think I got a few healthy germs while eating them like that. My hands often get dirty when I'm working here in the vegetable garden because I forget to wear gloves. But it doesn't look so nice. I often have dirt under my nails, which might look pretty gross, but I think it's actually good for me, getting all those useful bacteria from the soil. And there's scientific proof that it can boost your immune system. And I firmly believe in that. That's why I don't mind getting my hands dirty. It's part of the country life experience. Look at the size of this zucchini. If you have ever grown zucchini, you know that the amount of harvest can be a surprise. These should actually be harvested sooner when they're smaller. In my opinion, zucchini are easy to grow. They just need a lot of fertilizer and water. So you do need to remember to water them if it's a dry summer. I get manure from my brother's farm, so I don't really use store-bought fertilizers. And I think it's also better for the plant, because if it's natural manure, the plant can take all the nutrients that it needs. Somehow the excess stays in the soil. So if you use artificial fertilizers, you need to be more accurate about the amount. You need to know how much you put in the soil. Whereas with natural manure, you don't have that problem. The plant knows itself how much it needs, and if there's too many nutrients, then it won't be a problem. Yeah, there are these small baby zucchini just waiting for me to harvest them. But look at the size of this baby, it's really beautiful. One of my favorite things here in my vegetable garden are the green peas. I just love to come here and eat them straight from here. I don't prepare them in any way. They taste so different than the ones that you buy. It's a whole different thing to get it straight from the bush than buy it even in the marketplace where they're supposed to be quite fresh. Something happens to the taste when you store it, even for a short time.